Hello and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Every few years I like to buy a Warhammer game to remind myself why I don't buy more Warhammer games. This one here brought to us by Owlcat Games. They were recently releasing the Pathfinder games. They did Kingmaker and Wrath of the Righteous. Kingmaker I brought on release, but it wasn't turn-based combat, despite them saying it's the closest thing you'll get to the Pathfinder campaign, so I refunded it straight away. Apparently they added options for it at a later date, but by then I had given up in disgust. So I'll try out this game. If it sucks, I won't buy another game from Owlcat Games. Add it to my list of developers that I have a hatred against. Anyway, let's dive in. Let's see if it sucks or not. I don't have any hopes for it. Every Warhammer game, I don't know, they've got the coolest IP, could do amazing things, and then manage barely adequate games. Alright, the main story. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader. Oh, we're basically flying about on the edge of the galaxy, subjugating worlds, gaining treasures in the name of the Imperium. Very good. We'll play on normal difficulty. I am not a Warhammer nerd, so I don't know what all the nerd stuff means. But I do play a lot of role-playing games, so I should be able to fumble my way through it. For those of you who don't know what Warhammer is, it's 40-year-old men with heavy beards and plaid shirts, sweating in a room, playing dress-up with their little plastic dollies. Right, hopefully that should drive away all the neckbeards. Let's dive into the game. So we get a whole bunch of creation options here by the look of it. I'm going to go through and create a character, and then I'll just run you through my choice. I think that's the best way to do it, rather than sitting here watching me fumble my way through. Alright, so we have our character here. Betsy. Not with the heretic female voice.
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
Sounds pretty good. I was looking through the portraits here. There's lots of people with cool cybernetic eyes and stuff, but none of the augments we can get represent that in any way. So I had to rule out a lot of the images because I couldn't get anything that looked even remotely close. Alright, so we grew up on a forged world. Our forged worlds are the domain of the Adaptus Mechanicus, entire planets sealed to the demands of the vast macro industries. Each is a manufacturing super complex of unimaginable capacity and power, and we were there to bring the Emperor's glorious words to the people. I love the outfit, looks amazing. The face looks like it could use about 3,000 more polygons. It's very, very low poly face. This comes with certain bonuses, so we get +5 intelligence, +5 toughness. We get talents like Pinnacle of Weaponry. The first attack in combat with any plasma, melter, or power weapon deals additional damage equal to int. So int's going to be big for us for opening initial damage. Fires of the Forge gain toughness and deflection against burning effects and flame weapons. While wearing heavy armor, gain bonus. MP I think is movement, not magic, and deflection. Click to expand. No. No. I took the black. Hang on, can I close this? I took the black on this to mean push that button, but it doesn't mean to push it in white. I always think white is off, black is on. Yeah, it is movement points. So we want to get ourselves some heavy armor. Oh, sorry if my voice is a bit dead. I've spent the last 4 days in bed with the flu. I was going to record some of this much earlier, but I've not been alive. We gain persistence of the Forge. Characters gain a stacking 10% chance. A hit chance. Dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. And calculated relations. Forge world characters can use persuasion, coercion, and commerce based on int rather than fellowship, which is good. We get a minus to fellowship there. Our Forge world bonus I decided on the analytics system here. Chew through these. There's an agility bonus. A toughness bonus. I went for the analytics system. Gain 10 plus int bonus % chance to critically hit. For our origin, I went with a Ministorum priest. The Ecclesiarchy, known formerly as the Adeptus Ministorum, is a vast institution that oversees the galaxy-spanning religion of the Imperium. The Ecclesiarchy's complex hierarchies of cardinals, missionaries, preachers, and zealous laity ensure the prescribed prayers and invocations are made, all the while instructing the masses to guard against heresy and deviancy. So with this we get a war hymn. Grants momentum, I don't know what momentum is, equal to 2 times devotee's willpower bonus. I assume that's kind of a battle gauge type thing. This ability also grants an additional will point bonus momentum for each enemy that is either... Oh, can you believe nerds do this with like pens and papers and stuff? Not with a computer to do all the mighty calculations. We got toughness, willpower, and bonus Imperium law. And we also gain some talents down here, a litany of purification. All enemies in the area gain a stack of disturbed. I don't know what disturbed is. A minus 10 penalty to willpower or fellowship. Okay. Oh, it's been an age since I played a Warhammer game. I think the last one I played was one of the fantasy ones. Can't remember which one. Should have a look. It's on Steam. It hasn't been installed for years. The Litany of Hatred, the devotee of their allies, Mordheim. The devotee of their allies in the effect of War Hymn of Furious Recital gain. Oh, a complex calculation. Gain 4 times will point bonus to armor against attacks of demons and warp damage. So various bonuses there. Oh, I'm running out of voice. I hope this game is fully voiced because I don't want to have to read text. I'm dying as is. The apex of brilliance. This is our boost. This will give us a bonus 5 to warp lore. Our knowledge of the warp. We could have got knowledge Imperium or athletics. But I think I'd like to know more about the warp. We also get bonuses to the Imperium from our origin. But we have our darkest hour. We've been branded with shame. We renounced our mentor and testified against him in court. So we get a minus 5 penalty to fellowship. Our archetype. I took soldier as the archetype. So we get a run and gun and a revel and slaughter, and then we get some other abilities down here. So we're playing as sort of the classic sort of warrior priest. Right, skills here. We've got 40 for weapon skill and ballistic skill. You can read it on the side and pause if you really want to know. Toughness, int, and willpower also at 40 with a big penalty to fellowship. It's down at minus 25. Those all affect our skills here, which I assume we'll use in some way. Our frigate, the Unicorn Illuminate. You gotta go with something sort of Latin-y sounding and keep it on brand. So there we have Betsy, all ready for action. Hopefully we'll be able to recruit some more people to our war party. Rename them as the viewer names. I'll pull from the XCOM poll unless someone throws a name down here in this one. But for now, let's dive into the game and see what it's all about.
place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Alright, so we can hover over the keyword text to get some background on what they're talking about. Looks like it's going to be fully voiced. Fantastic. Choices in dialogue. I've played a role-playing game before. I get it. Truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
The Venerable Archdeacon Betsy. Let's be humble.
My regards, mistress. Or should I say, von Valencius, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you, understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Alright, so we've been pulled aboard this rogue trader vessel. We are one of the heirs. One of the heirs, does that mean there's more? I thought you just told us why we're here. Tell me about the one on whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that Her Ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
You say I'm one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there is another? Several others?
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Exciting. I assume you had some gold in mind when you decided to seek me out.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Alright.
The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Let's go. Are we going to have a movement tutorial? So a new quest by the Right of Blood. Rogue trader Theodora von Valencius has given us something to read, which has vanished off my screen. Let's click this. Okay, so this is sort of like a journal thing we get. Follow Kunrad. Will. Got no rumors, got no contracts. Okay. Is it just J to open that? Is very good. Move your character by clicking. Got it. WASD to move the screen. Very good.
I tread a path unexplored.
Interact with objects. Oh yeah, so we can like come here and have a look at things. I don't think we need to muck about here looking for this Kunrad guy.
Embrace true power.
Watch this thing. some sort of religious thing. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. Praise the Emperor.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Any more religious icons here? No. Let's, there he is. Hello. We found you. Oh, can we show ourselves without our hat on? Character. Okay, all sorts of cool stuff here. I'm really looking forward to diving into this. That'll be even more exciting. Okay, so we got all sorts of ship stuff here. Map. Okay, this is the journal again. All I want to do is take my hat off. It's a basic feature in any game. Come on, show it without the hat. It might be one of these Warhammer things where you have to wear the hat because the models are sold with the hat, so have the hat on. The sort of things these companies do, especially Games Workshop. They are notoriously picky about absolutely everything. Them and Disney. Awful. Hello mate, let's go. Just open the door. There we go. Gosh, it's a stupid hat.
One of the Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Perhaps we will.
What's happening?
Oh, rampage.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
I march for power.
Right, so we've been ambushed. To survive in the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. Okay. Start the battle. Complete. Start the battle. Okay, so we've got an initiative tracker on the side. That's turn-based, looks to be grid-based as well. Very good. All battles in the game are turn-based, take place on a grid, I understand. Select the cell. Double click to move. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Just point and click. Movement points determine how far a character can move on their turn. One movement point corresponds to one cell. Moving diagonally is more costly. Hopefully it'll sort of auto-calculate movements. If I want to go there, will it calculate the shortest movement path? It looks like it's going to. Right. So we want to, what have we got? We've got a war hymn. Grants momentum equal to 8. I really don't know what momentum is. What are this? Oh, that's our movement there. They are our action points, is that correct? Alright, let's just come forward. I assume seeing this is a tutorial battle, we can't really muck it up. Okay, so it's click to lock it in and then click. It's not actually a double click. Make an attack, use your action points. Yeah. 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 So we're firing our pistol. Does 7 to 11, 15 AP. Does 13. Well done, Betsy. That ends our movement, so we can't use our remaining movement points. When you're ready to end your turn, got it. But we could still use our
I
Warhammer.
need no guidance.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So attacking doesn't end the turn, but we can't move after attacking. Very good. Spaced in turn, it said. Okay, so we can see there he's got 13 health remaining. Let's play it smart. Let's move behind this guy here. Whoops. It's the other button to move.
Sow the seeds of discord.
Is there friendly fire if we try and shoot through this guy?
Death shall reign.
No. Okay. Trying to work out exactly what's going on.
Suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Well, it sounds very much like the other heir is trying to take out both the person in charge and us. They can claim the what was it? The writ of trade? The right of trade? For themselves. Spread out. No one's allowed to enter the premises. Stations?
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I should be able to handle walking down a corridor, mate. Is there loot in the corpses? You can open the map by pushing M. I found that. Okay, doesn't look like there's loot in the corpses. Just stuff to go look at. Sentry gun. Very good.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Alright, very exciting. So it looks like a very sort of human-focused story. There's no... options, at least, are playable for like the orcs and elves and all the other weird stuff you get out here in the depths of space.
The world will bow.
I don't really know. We got the tech priest. Let's have a chat. Hello. Glory to the Omnisire.
I tread a path unexplored.
Indeed, growing up in the Forge world, very experienced. The tech priests. Wait, is it not voiced? Oh, that's simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Are you kidding me? Hey, if they're not voiced, I'm going to assume they are minor characters, and she is supposedly the one in charge. So I'm going to assume sometime during this sort of tutorial part, she's going to die. That's my takeaway from her not being voiced. Which would put us in charge of the rogue trader, sort of make sense, wouldn't it? Then suggest an alternative. What will satisfy me? I have described the situation no worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do, Aeon? 6, Idle-thread? Let's survey the room. First impression of Idle-thread, who appears to be about 30 years old. Parchment-like squid. Oh, gosh. Right, skeleton man. Theodora. Healthy and rich. Very good. Alright, there's more people. Very good. It's so lazy not to have it voiced. In this day and age, you can get AI to voice very, very cheap. In fact, you should be able to get an AI voice very cheap at the moment before regulations come in. You could have voiced the entire game. Set yourselves out as a pioneer. 40k. Grim visions of the future where AI controls us. Amazing selling point for your game. Our second candidate has joined us. There's Theodora. Betsy, approach and give me your answer. Alright. Consider this hypothetical situation. Aeon 6, a new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. Oh, fucking coughing. Oh, my voice really isn't up for this. I had assumed just kick back and they'd tell me a story. High seismic activity, irregular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirit. Disgusting. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Horrendous fit of coughing there. My throat really isn't up for this, but we're going to push on. I will sacrifice for my craft. Your character's skills reflect their knowledge. We had some skill tests. So we succeed in our Xenos lore and our warp lore. Those spirits could well be the native names for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in foul Xeno worship. Or there are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so. These psychers are pretty rare and valuable. I don't think we'd sacrifice them. Let's go with our Xenos lore. Filthy Xenos. Reasonable and prudent, however, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavour. Well, we didn't have an option to just firebomb the planet. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Betsy, are simply unaware of their existence. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? Even among his flock, not all are of a piece. Hard sentence. I suggest you familiarise yourself with that fact before you are sorely. And then Theodora chimes in. Get on with your job, fiddle thread. Good. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me, I forgot the time. God, this Iddlethread guy's a suck-up, isn't he? She looks at us. So, Betsy, why are you here? I do not know. I hope you will clarify that. Clarity, a luxury few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora von Valentius Massimo of Scaris. I'm a rogue trader in service of the Emperor. Got the warrant of trade. It's not a writ of trade, which I said earlier. Kept aboard the vessel, mine is the honour to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where the powers of wicked and heretical reign. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches and mysteries is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of. And you, Betsy, are one of those of the von Valencius blood. Very good. One of. Does that mean there are other heirs? We'll play dumb like we don't know there is. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board. But you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthred may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him. That Ethelthred guy, okay. Oh, quick swig of beverage. I'm really not up for reading this. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honour of becoming the bearer of the warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities at times can be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voigtveer served me for many years before he made his mistake. Okay, so he's an heir as well, is that what I'm seeing? Did I hear correctly? The Master of Whispers is related? His kinship to me is the most distant, as yours is. Nonetheless, he does bear the name. And as such, strictly speaking, can be considered an heir. That door, however, is closed. His performance in his current role is satisfactory, or at least it used to be. Right, at the moment, he's my number one suspect. I am ready to take on the sacred purpose. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump and have not distinguished yourself in any way. If you are satisfied with Ethelthred, why do you want us? Impatience. I'm rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and much more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Ethelthred as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. Okay. A priest of the Adeptus Ministorum, I would never have thought that someone of my house would become one. Spare me the recital of your dogmas on humility and service. I am well aware that the ecclesiarchy are no less versed in matters of logistics than those of the administratum. When your commercial interests are hidden beyond a facade of concern for humanity's souls, any action you take will raise fewer questions. That's right. Basic operations of the church. Pretend your profiteerings for the good of the people. Your remarkable mental abilities were noted in your profile. If you can find a way to exhibit them in service of von Valencius, so much the better. The Vox. Sounds like a communicator. Piece of technology used to communicate, yes. We've got a navigator who manipulates the ship through the void. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Well, we know about that. Let's just stick to business. I think she'd appreciate business. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. OLA. Hola, as we call it. Alright. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to her Vox Crackles Awakening. Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. If the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at us. It's possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself. Alright. Combat time.
the harbinger of discord.
Initiative, everyone accent. I know what initiative is. Let's start the battle. Kill them, and then she cowers at the back. Very good. That's a real leader.
Reduced to dust.
Oh, he's on the rampage. A big, cool melter gun there he's got. That's what we need. We need to rob this Mort guy and steal his gun. I want big, angry, plasma-throwing weaponry. What our character needs. So there's a cover system. Use cover to avoid attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind are marked with a shield. When standing close to them, the character will automatically take an advantageous position. So we can dive into cover here.
Descend upon the weak.
So this Warhammer grants momentum equal to 8. What is momentum? This? Yeah, so the battle is currently... Hang on. What are you trying to tell me? If we push the blue line to there, we win. If they push it to here, they win. Is that what I'm saying? The special combat resource required for using the unique abilities called Heroic Acts and Desperate Measures. Okay. Alright. Well, let's use our Warhammer. Now it's in turn. I don't know that taking cover there was our best option. I think we should have moved out. But I assume these NPC guards have it down. They look pretty tough. Mort and the other guy.
This'll leave a scar.
Oh, everyone's got sweet plasma weapons and things. You really need to get hold of some guns.
I took care of this one.
Your character received a temporary positive effect from an ally. To learn more about the effect you've gained, hover your cursor over it. Okay. Kill them. Source Theodora. Permanent. Plus 50 ballistic skill. Alright, nice. Oh, let's run and gun. Soldier gains plus 3 movement points. Their turn, their attacks cost minus 1 AP. Okay, until the end of the next turn, the soldier becomes winded. Okay, so it's a big sort of movement buff. Let's just jump around here. That's showing we have line of sight at that guy. Okay, if we move here, can we see him?
Conquer.
Why do we not have a gun? When I was mucking about, looking to see... No, we've got a gun equipped. We had weapon set 2 equipped. I think I had the wrong weapon set equipped. How do I change it? Okay, so when I was messing about trying to work out how to take my hat off, I think I clicked something wrong.
Just a minor setback.
Yeah, so you can shoot through cover like that, which is what I thought we could do, but we just didn't have a gun equipped. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path. Very good. Oh, didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck. Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked. Oh, that's pretty weak. The Incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what's transpiring now. Quite likely, we will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments. Well, what are your orders, Theodora? Mort has gone ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him. Alright. Let's make sure we can put a gun on. Okay, there we are. We've got our gun back on. We should be much more effective in combat at this point. I don't really see where this Mort guy went. If we open our map, it does not tell us anything. Do we go this way? Doesn't look like it goes anywhere, does it?
Trembles beneath my feet.
No. Wait for Mort's results. I'm looking for Mort, but I don't know where he went, love. I was too busy trying to work out how to equip. Go. Okay, so there's laser fire over here. Mort round here. Are you guys actually firing at anything? Oh yeah, there are people over there. Alright, there's Mort with his sweet gun. We need to shoot him in the back and steal his gun. Right, and there's Conrad. Have you lost your voice, Conrad? Thank Providence, you're a... Seriously? Just voice the game. Mort, always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Very suspicious. Mort, pull yourself together. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We are all done here. Okay. Master of Whispers, what's happening on the ship? Voxnet is silent. The Voxnet is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer deck and my arch militant just destroyed several more heretics. Is it warp madness? Oh my gosh, there's too much reading, mate. Use your words. I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures. But communications were already unstable half an hour ago. See, that should be highlighted, surely. It sounds like some sort of type of force field type thing which keeps the warp from affecting the ship. Is that correct, Warhammer nerds? Who knows? A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. The first, we have to confirm that the bridge and navigator's sanctum are secure. I have the means to do both at once. Ethelthred, where is he? I must know if he's unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship is potentially being assailed by a warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others and a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. Conrad, I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on deck 18. Blast it, Master of Whispers, find Ethelthred immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlass and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant with me. I must go to my study and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Alright, if I may, Lord Captain, Deck 18 is the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Ethelthred back, I could use some support. After all, I am not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arch-militant. And taking into consideration Ethelthred's psychic powers, Then it's settled. Betsy, find Idle and bring him here. Alright. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, is that there? Leads to a restricted compartment, such as my personal chambers and bridge. Do not let me down. I hear and obey, Lord Captain. Oh, I like it when you can just take orders and act like a maniac. So much better in a role-playing game than being a good guy. A crazed, fanatical zealot. And then that's the good and righteous way to play the game. Right, so Kunrad here. Are you ready to head to 18? I shall make do. Lead the way. There's no option here for can I get some proper gear. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that's no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen. Oh. Sucker punch, so he's the villain. Alright. I'm not overly surprised by that. It was either him or Idle. The two heirs that we are going to displace with our mighty show of fealty to Lady Theodora. Oh, get a kick in. Take that, Betsy.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest.
He's found his
She
voice
has an
again.
important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
You two-faced scum, you were the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Oh? I think if you're going to squeeze it out of us, you would have done it already.
Of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power.
Well, it's
The
Theodora, not
sacred
Theodora.
Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Will you let me join you? We can take the warrant of trade from Theodora together. No, we are righteous and we are determined. I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
I will do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this, you filth.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
Right. I assume this is sort of like the driving catalyst of the story, so we're doing this regardless. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator. Any type of digital... what? Computer in the Imperium of Man. With a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches. A servitor. An obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. Skill tests and dialogue. Okay. I've got it. One of the available dialogues requires making a skill check. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically in this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Okay, so there's some sort of dice roll mechanic. I don't know how Warhammer actually works. I love the lore. I love the setting everything. Don't know how the actual game works. To an 85% chance of success. Skill value is 40, difficulty modifier is 45. It looks like a sort of die 100 roll under system. You carefully inspect the design of the gate. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect that this might be some kind of Chaotech relic, an incredibly rare, and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you, its lower jaw open, with a drawn-out shriek much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols. Let's examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges in place of standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of the unit would be much longer. Okay. Let's place our hand into his mouth. The jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into the flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several minutes pass. The sentinel's jaws remain closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
I assume that's that talking to us. It's got some defense mechanism built in, that if we're being forced to open the gate in a situation like this, it's got some defenses. Yes, I require assistance.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Yeah. Alright. See, growing up in the Forge world made us smart. Very good. Take that, you filthy rebels. Very nice.
Well, there is still another way.
Right, check the warrant chamber. Why have we got no gun equipped again? Did he steal our gun? Disgusting. Well, at least it's going to make me paranoid to always check that I've got the right weapon set up.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Oh, come on, voice it. Let me know that by my will. Oh, it's even flicking through like it should be red. Oh. I'm not even going to get a chance to read it. By the time I have a look at it and try and process it and then think about reading it out, it's already gone. Voice your lines, game. Developers super lazy. There really is no excuse for it in the modern day. Tell you what. Right. A Vox skull. Escort the child of the house to safety. I need a weapon. I am defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
I need to contact someone. Preferably Theodora. Theodora, sorry I've been getting your name wrong.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Right, Vox Master. Restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. Right.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Who are we talking to?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Right. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. As the game's story unfolds, you'll see notifications at the top telling you to go to your journal. Press J to open the journal. All right. No one must reach the warrant chamber. Okay. Well, I suppose we should probably leave this first episode here. Join me next time as we hopefully dive into the game. Get out of whatever accursed tutorial this area is and start playing the game proper. Until then, I've been Mr. Gruffle. This has been Rogue Trader.